So I've been doing a lot more electronics projects lately, and I realized that I don't actually have a solder fume filter. So I figured that I'd make myself one, and this is what I came up with. It is a Dell server fan from a rack server, so it has enough power to pull the air through. It has a USB-C trigger board so that I can use USB-C charging cables to just run this with 12 volts. And it ends up with this filter, which is from a face mask, which uses 40mm thread. So essentially you can put most different kinds of filters on this. This one is just for dust. It takes most of the particulates out. It won't take out the gases, but by just changing the type of filter that you're using, you can also take out the gases. This is made out of 2 pieces, and we'll go ahead and go look at them now. So here are the pieces. We have the fan adapter, we have the USB-C housing, and then we have the little slot so that it's easier to route the fan cable. Then we have a mount for a M4 screw heated insert. And then we have the internal mounting points for the fan that also screw it in with the bottom part. And then we have the bottom part that has the adapter for the 40mm thread of the filter. I decided to do it this way so that you would pull in air through the filter and then out the fan, because I don't know what happens if you try to do it the other way around. I don't know if it'll be able to handle it because you're forcing the air the wrong way around. Also, I originally thought about making this with my own filter. So there's a bunch of my own designed things, and after looking at that for a while, I decided that yeah, that's going to take way too long for me to complete this, and it's probably actually not going to filter that well. So I figured that I'll just use a pre-made filter and then just adapt a fan to the filter. Now the only thing left to do is to put it all together. So here is the connector for the Dell server fan, and unlike a normal connector, this one has 4 inputs. So we all need to have a pin arrangement that fits that. We will find that it says even on the tin, red is positive, black is negative. Okay, good. Then we have 4 different wires coming out. We have the positive and the negative, and then we just need to look into connector, and we can see positive is up top with the notch, and then we have the negative on the opposite end. So we then just essentially have to make the same kind of connections for the connecting piece. Here's the enclosure, and we have the tab up top. So we'll just put this in with the red one up top, and then we'll just glue this thing in place. There we go. We'll give it another drop once the first one has solidified and made sure that it stays put. We'll then make sure, looking from the front side, so from here, we'll make sure that the pins are aligned correctly so that we don't need to make a second part, because this is usually where that thing goes wrong. Yeah, and the pins seem to be correct, so this should work without problems. And it turns out I put the pins the wrong way around, so I had to open it up to take out the trigger board, and we'll do it again. Now that we have all of the parts, let's get to assembling this thing. Note the direction where the fan is blowing and assemble according to that. Then we'll place the fan into the housing. And once it's near the bottom, we'll start screwing in the screws. Now that we have all the screws through, we'll make them so that they are just a little bit protruding and screw them onto the casing. And now that the screws are tightened, we only need to glue on our adapter for the power. And you can place this whichever way you want. There, we're done. If you think I should have done something differently, please comment down below. Otherwise, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. There's some B-roll of this thing working after this.